Today I'll be speaking about my thoughts on abortion and my stance on it, and why I believe abortion should be available for all women, and why do I choose to be pro-choice. Control of your own body. Pregnant women should have the final say when deciding to have an abortion. A woman has the right to decide what she can and cannot do with her body. The fetus exists inside a woman's body. A woman has the right to decide whether or not the fetus remains in her own body. Therefore, a pregnant woman should have the right to abort the fetus. Men in office who vote for these anti-abortion laws or support these laws shouldn't have the right to decide what a woman should do with her own body. However, I do believe men should be in the conversation when it pertains to their own relationship. However, they shouldn't be the dominant voice in the decision of the matter. Safer option: a pregnant woman who doesn't want her baby will find a way to terminate her pregnancy. During the 1880s and up until 1973, abortion was illegal, and in all or most U.S. states, and many women died or had serious medical problems as a result. Many women streamed into emergency rooms with serious complications: perforations of the uterus, retained placentas, severe bleeding, cervical wounds, rampant infections, poisoning, and shock. A mother wouldn't have to put her child through adoption after giving birth to her child. The foster care system isn't any better, and many children don't get adopted. Many children are left and are kicked out after 18 and are forced to fend for themselves. These children must deal with the thought of not growing up in a household with loving parents, and that could lead with depression or mental health issues. This could also lead to anger towards their family. Some parents are not financially or mentally stable enough to be able to provide for their child, and this decreases the quality of life of the child. This pertains to low-income women, women of color, and sexual and gender minorities where this is most common in. As well, this also happens to women who are in rural or medically undeserved areas. However, parents financially who aren't financially able or who are alcoholics or drugs should have access to abortions where they wouldn't have to raise their child in those types of conditions. Mental health. Women who are denied an abortion are more likely to initially experience higher levels of anxiety, lower life satisfaction, and lower self-esteem compared with women who are receiving abortion. If a woman were to go through with her pregnancy and raise her child, it could leave the mother with mental health issues and could possibly leave the mother unstable and unfit to raise her child, which could put the child in danger and the child could get taken by child services. Studies by the American Psychological Association, the Academy of Medical Royal Colleges, and researchers at Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health all concluded that purported links between abortions and mental health problems are unfounded. However, many people believe that life begins at conception. Pro-life activists believe that birth begins at conception and is immoral to terminate pregnancy when the baby is a fetus. These activists tend to hold their religious views higher than they view a woman's choice. They believe that life of a baby begins long before he or she is born. A new individual human begins at fertilization. When the sperm and ovum meet to form a single cell, if the baby's life is not interrupted, he or she will someday become adult or woman. Abortion is murder. In most cases, anti-abortion activists believe that pregnant women shouldn't have the right to choose abortion no matter the reason for the termination. They want to overturn the ruling of Roe v. Wade and have the ability to control a woman's pregnancy. Roe v. Wade, the landmark Supreme Court decision that established a woman's legal right to an abortion, was decided on January 22, 1973. The court ruled in a 7-2 decision that a woman's right to choose an abortion was protected by the privacy rights guaranteed by the 14th Amendment in the U.S. Constitution. However, the Federal Unborn Victims of Violence Act, which was enacted to protect unborn children from assault and murder, states that under federal law, anybody intentionally killing or attempting to kill an unborn child should be punished for intentionally killing or attempting to kill a human being. The Act also states that an unborn child is a member of the species Homo sapiens. at least 38 states have passed similar fetal homicide laws. Religious values. Pro-life activists use their religious beliefs to dictate their decision on abortion. They use religious texts to defend themselves when protesting pro-choicers. For example, the National Pro-Life Religious Council is a Christian coalition which acknowledges Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior and is called to affirm and witness the biblical standard of the value, dignity, and the morality of human life. NPRC's vision is to see every Christian denomination or fellowship proclaim and obey biblical teaching and Christian tradition that affirm the value of all human life. In conclusion, I believe that all women should have access to safe and legal abortions, and they shouldn't be harassed by people who believe otherwise. It's important to note that having these abortion clinics available ensures that a woman has a safe way to terminate her baby during her pregnancy. This can in turn minimize her likelihood of suffering from depression and anxiety and other mental or physical health issues. It also gives a woman the right to control what she wants to do with her own body. Thank you for listening to my speech about abortion and why I believe you should choose to be pro-choice and why it's important that women have the right to their body. However, if you have any questions, please comment that down below. Thank you.